Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology. Something near and dear to my heart, you know? I've spent decades dealing with folks trying to figure out what makes them tick, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. But today we're going to equip you with some powerful tools to navigate that ride yourself. In this video, we'll reveal 7 powerful tips to help you read anyone instantly. Alright, let's talk body language. You see, most folks, they ain't even aware of what their body's doing while their mouth's flapping. It's like a subconscious billboard screaming their true feelings. First thing, check out their stance. Are they open and welcoming, arms relaxed, maybe even leaning in a bit, or are they closed off, arms crossed, building a wall between you and them? That tells you a whole lot right there. Now, look at their feet. I know, sounds crazy, right? But our feet often point in the direction we subconsciously want to go. If they're talking to you, but their feet are aimed towards the door, well, they might be itching to make a quick exit. And don't even get me started on mirroring. You ever notice how, when two people are hitting it off, they start unconsciously copying each other's movements? It's a natural way of building rapport. So, if you see someone subtly mirroring your posture, chances are they're feeling a connection. Body language, folks, it's a powerful thing. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and let me tell you, it's the truth. You can learn a whole lot about someone just by looking into their peepers. First off, pay attention to eye contact. Someone who's looking you dead in the eye while they're talking, that's a sign of confidence, maybe even assertiveness. Now, if they're avoiding your gaze, constantly looking down or around, could be a sign of nervousness, maybe even deception. But hold on, don't jump to conclusions just yet. Some folks, they're just naturally shy, and eye contact makes them uncomfortable. You've got to factor in their baseline behavior. Now, here's a little trick. Pay attention to pupil size. When someone's excited, interested, their pupils dilate, get bigger. On the flip side, when they're bored, disinterested, those pupils shrink down. It's a subtle cue, but it can speak volumes. You know, it ain't always about what you say, but how you say it. Tone of voice, folks, it can completely change the meaning of a sentence. Think about it. You can say I'm fine 100 different ways, and it'll mean something different each time. A high-pitched, shaky, I'm fine, that's anxiety right there. A low, flat, I'm fine, that's someone who's checked out, emotionally unavailable. Now listen for changes in pitch. Someone who starts talking faster, higher, they're probably getting excited, maybe even a little stressed. A slower, lower tone. Could be sadness, could be fatigue, or maybe they're trying to emphasize a point. And don't forget about pauses. A well-placed pause can be powerful. Give someone time to think, to process, but too many pauses, too much hesitation, that could be a sign of insecurity or uncertainty. Let's talk facial expressions. Our faces, they're like emotional billboards, constantly broadcasting what we're feeling inside. Now, some expressions are universal. A genuine smile, a furrowed brow, those are pretty easy to decipher no matter who you're dealing with. But here's the thing, people can fake it. They can plaster on a fake smile, try to hide their true emotions. So how do you spot the real deal? Look for micro-expressions. These are fleeting expressions lasting only a fraction of a second, and they often reveal a person's true feelings before they have a chance to mask them. You ever notice how some folks talk with their hands? It's like their hands are a part of the conversation, and you know what? They are. Hand gestures can be incredibly revealing. Someone who uses broad, expansive gestures, they're probably feeling confident, enthusiastic. They want to take up space, make their presence known. Now, someone who's fidgeting, playing with their hair, touching their face, that's a sign of nervousness, maybe even anxiety. They're trying to soothe themselves, release some of that nervous energy, and then there are the liars. Now, I'm not saying everyone who touches their nose is lying, but be on the lookout for sudden changes in hand gestures. Someone who's been animated and expressive suddenly goes still? That could be a red flag. You know, the way a person carries themselves can tell you a lot about how they see themselves, how they see the world. Someone who stands tall, shoulders back, head held high, that's a confident individual. They own their space, they're not afraid to be seen. Now, someone who slouches, avoids eye contact, tries to shrink themselves down, they might be feeling insecure, lacking confidence, they don't want to draw attention to themselves, And then there's the power pose, you know the one, standing with your feet apart, hands on your hips, chest puffed out. It might seem silly, but studies have shown that holding a power pose for even a few minutes can actually increase your testosterone levels and make you feel more confident. So the next time you need a boost, strike a pose. Now remember, folks, reading people ain't an exact science. It's about taking all these cues, the body language, the eyes, the tone, the facial expressions, and putting them all together to get the full picture. It's like solving a puzzle. One piece by itself might not tell you much, but when you start putting those pieces together, you start to see the bigger picture. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. So pay attention, trust your gut, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes the best way to figure out what someone's really thinking is just to ask them. Thanks for watching. We hope these tips help you understand people better because, let's face it, people are complicated, but with a little practice you can learn to read them like a book. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more insights in your day-to-day life. And remember, the more you understand people, the better equipped you are to navigate this crazy thing called life. See you next time.